welcome to my July favorites. I decided to go ahead and do back-to-back videos just because I didn't know when I would fit my favorites in, and I have some favorites to talk about. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into it. There are a couple of themes that you will notice amongst my video here today, and long wearing and colorful, believe it or not. Those are kind of the two themes for the month of July. So before I get into the long wearing version of what I've been wearing as a base on my face, I just want to talk about this Glen BB booster. I have talked about this before. I've loved this since I purchased it back in May. I think this might be my second one. But I really like this when I want something very quick and I know I'm going to be outside. Sunscreens and my face just don't seem to... I've tried so many and I always get some sort of a breakout or irritation or something on my skin. But I don't seem to have that issue when it's a BB cream or a foundation or something that has SPF in it. So this has SPF 30 in it. I'm in the color light, by the way. And I just really like this. It gives a very nice coverage while giving that sunscreen. Somebody asked me, and I apologize, I don't know if this flashes back. I would assume that it does though, because it is SPF 30, and that would be my guess. But this just really makes my skin look naturally yet perfected, and I love this. I really like this. So I just wanted to give that a quick mention. Okay, so let's talk long wearing. I have had some long days in July. There was some traveling and that sort of thing. One day in particular that I want to talk about was just recently, and some of you guys know I was out in New Jersey for work. I put on my makeup at 2:30 in the morning that day, flew out, was with a customer, entertaining dinner, that sort of thing. I didn't get into my hotel room until 10 o'clock at night, and my face still looked, aside from being a little bit shiny, which is weird because I'm kind of dry, it still looked flawless. And Estee Lauder Double Wear, I know that I've talked about this before. Lots of people talk about it. I don't think I've ever put it quite to the test of, what was that, like an 18-hour day? I don't think I've ever quite put it to that test. Awesome. In conjunction with this, I had this on my face, and then I also had the Estee Lauder Double Wear powder. Those two combined will give me a really long-lasting, obviously, and a flawless face. Just absolutely flawless. So the color that I have in this, in the Double Wear, is 2C3 Fresco. I don't honestly know if that's new or old, because I know they changed it. I do think that this color is a tad dark for me most of the year, but it seems to work for me well right now. I actually need to ask my new friend David about what color maybe I should switch to. Anyway, at any rate, the powder that I use is in 2C1. It's strange to me that this is 2C3 and this is 2. Whatever. Anyway, the combination of the two has just been awesome. Absolutely awesome when I need that long day of coverage, and especially in the heat and that sort of thing. The other powder foundation that I want to talk about, and I don't think I actually have talked about this aside from talking about wearing it in a face of the day, and this is from Camp Cosmetics. And again, there are a few Camp Cosmetics products that I'm going to talk about here today, and I just really like the products. I am not affiliated with them as far as I'm not being paid or anything like that. I just love the products. And I know that some of you aren't comfortable when you can't order online, but if you want the products, you are able to get them. You just need to email or call him. So just as an FYI. So this is just his, it's called Dual Foundation, and I have it in the color R1. And I don't know how to show this. So I'm going to try to show this to you with a brush. A lot of powder foundations, when you put your brush into them, will kick up a lot of powder. And this one, I am like shoving that in there. Do you see how that doesn't kick up a lot of powder? One of the things I like about it is this, it's just so well made. And I don't even know if I'll be able to show you. I don't know that you'll be able to see that. I think you probably can. It just really evens everything out, and it doesn't make my face cakey. So for those of you that are new to my channel, generally I like to wear a foundation that's a medium-ish coverage, and then I top it off with a powder foundation. That's just what works for me. I use a little Fix Plus over the top, and it's awesome. I don't even have to use Fix Plus when I use this. It doesn't make things look cakey to me at all. And I love the IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation Illumination as well, but sometimes that's just a little too glowy. So I like this just for an everyday, over the top of my foundation, wears really well, long lasting, great product. Okay, so let's move on to the color portion of this month. A lot of you guys know that I participated in the electric challenge with Emily, and I have to say I really loved that. I talked about that a little bit in the video. There are some things that came out of that I didn't expect, like a little bit more confidence in wearing color. And you would not look at this. So this is the electric palette. That's what I'm talking about if you haven't seen it. And these are the colors. If you've been around even a little bit, you know that this is not something I ever would have considered. But the challenge was laid forth, and if you give me a challenge, pretty much I'm going to be up for it. So these colors you would think are not wearable for somebody who is 41, which I am. But I was able to find a way to make them wearable, and I think, anyway, interesting. I got so much positive feedback on that video, and I thank you guys so much for that, as far as just encouraging me to kind of jump out of my comfort zone every once in a while. And I really have tried to do that lately. So I even have color on my eyes today. This is actually not this palette, but I just wanted to give this palette and just the fact of using color a little bit of a mention. I think, by the way, my favorite shade in this palette is Urban, which is that purple color. I really like that. Not sure what's on my other finger there, but the nice thing about these is that while they are really bright, they are very blendable and easy to work with. Sometimes I have found in the past bright colors just don't work well, and this one really is. So I really enjoyed that. So to that end, I just want to talk about, and this is from Camp Cosmetics, and this is the Peacock, the Peacock palette. So I've not used every color. Let me get the brush out of this. I've not used every color in this, but I will tell you what I did use, and I'm going to insert a picture. So I was talking with Michael from Camp Cosmetics, and he was saying how when you combine, I was talking to him about one of the looks in this palette. He said, you know, combine a blue and a green and you get a really pretty sort of liner. So I did that with these two colors. I wet a liner brush with some Fix Plus, and I mixed those two together and did a green winged liner, which is just nuts. Normally I don't do winged liner. Normally I certainly wouldn't do a green winged liner, but I really liked it. So I put a picture on Instagram of that and got so much positive feedback. So I thought I would give it a mention that it wasn't a liner. It was combining these two shades. So I'm sure you guys have something like that in your collection together, and then as a winged eyeliner. Side note, I love the packaging of this palette, and you might see something like this with colors I have chosen in it in the very near future. Just saying. Okay, so the one other thing that I want to mention as far as like a colored liner that I have enjoyed, and that is, this is the color Seduce, and I'm showing you the color so that you can see if you have something in your collection like this or whatever, and it is from Camp Cosmetics. But when you wet this, and this is actually what I have as my liner today, and I'm going to show, I'm putting it on my hand for you. When you wet this and line your upper line with it, A, lasts forever, B, it's such a really neat color. And when I had talked about his shadows, this was the one that I was like, oh, you know, it's nice. It wasn't one that blew me away until I used it as a liner. So I'm going to show you this swatch. I'm not really sure if you're going to be able to tell, but what that does is it turns it into like this most beautiful midnight blue, deep, not black, but eyeliner that I love. And a couple weekends ago, no, not the other day, I went to a wedding, and I did my eye look I used all Camp Cosmetics that day because, and actually this is a good shift into that, is these things wear like iron. The same day that I put my makeup on at 2:30 in the morning, when I think I didn't see any creasing. I can't remember what I told her. I think it was almost 6:30 or 7 o'clock at night before I saw any creasing. That is crazy. That's just really good. I was very shocked and happy and impressed and that sort of thing. But anyway, so at that wedding, I did my face makeup, Estee Lauder Double Wear, early in the morning, like 7 o'clock. And I was, I did the makeup for the bride and the mother of the bride. And then came home, put on my eye look. But that liner never, using this as a liner, it just didn't budge at all night. I'm going to insert that picture. And the color that you are seeing on my main lid is another one of my favorites from the line, and that is in Robovamp. So here's what it looks like on its own there. And I don't know how to explain this color. It, in the words of Michael, actually, it makes any color that you put on top of it pop. And that is so true. I have paired it with so many different things. In that electric challenge, I paired it with some things. On that day, I paired it simply with like a lighter, a mid-tone brown and then a darker brown. And it almost made it shift purple. Gorgeous. It's just a beautiful color. And I think that I said floof was similar to that. So here is floof next to it. And you can see that floof is not. It's as close as I have in my collection, but it's really nothing like it. So if you were thinking to yourself that you wanted to try something from camp and you wanted something like that's really unique, I think that Robovamp is a really unique color that would be unique in your collection and something you would like to try. So just thought I would give that a mention. I certainly would be remiss if I did not mention the Tarte Rainforest After Dark palette. I love this palette. I did a full review on it that I'll link below if you're interested. And let's see, today's the 2nd. I think it's still going on. If you're watching this today or even Monday, there's a friends and family sale right now. Oh, there's a hummingbird outside my window. There's a friends and family sale going on at Tarte right now that's 30% off of this, I believe. But at any rate, this is just a great palette. It's awesome to travel with. Everything you could use, you could need is in this. The quality is great. I just wanted to give that a quick mention because I just really I'm happy with that purchase. As you could tell probably by my review. And then a couple of single shades that I just want to give a quick mention that they used a few times this month and just remembered how much I love them. The first one is the Urban Decay in Roach. I just love this shade. Looks like that. This is a great one that you can sheer out and use like just as a one color look, and for winter with a little black liner, for winter, it's summer. For summer with a little black liner, it's awesome. Another one, I'm going to go from one end of the spectrum to the other here. Another one that I really like is, I've mentioned this before, but I have used a bunch this month, is the Le Métier Débutée in Corinthian. Good gravy, this is such a pretty color. I don't even know what to do with myself. Look at that. There you go. And then on the complete other end of the spectrum from Le Métier Débutée is my Wet n Wild Nutty. I have gone through one of these. This is my 2nd or 3rd one of these. I just love this shade. I know you guys have probably heard it a bunch, but I tend to break this out a lot, right there, in the summer because, again, it's another very quick, all over, maybe throw a little wedge in the crease or something like that, and you're done. Bam! You're done. I was wearing that blue liner, that Seduce blue liner, so much. I paired that with just about everything, I have to tell you. But it looks really nice with Wet n Wild Nutty. So just kind of, I guess what I'm getting at here is, don't always look at your eyeshadows as just shadows. And I know most of us don't, but anybody that's kind of newer to makeup or hasn't experimented a whole lot, you know, look at your shadows as something you can do for a liner. You can mix colors together. You can do it, just expand your mind. That's what I tried to do this month. Okay, so I think I don't have a ton of things for lip products. The only thing that I do want to say is that I have experimented a lot this month, more with glosses and with mixing colors that don't necessarily look like they would go together. For instance, today I am wearing a combination of this one here and this one here. Again, these are lip lavas from Camp Cosmetics, but any of your glosses you can mix like this. This is, I always say this wrong. This is Katinka, and then this is Sex Drive, but this one is very unique to me. Do you guys have a lot of glosses that are in this sort of color? Because I don't know that I've ever seen one. But anyway, the point of that is, I guess we have 3 themes for this month: color, longevity, and experimentation. That's what I'm going with. Okay, I have a couple of hair things. One hair fave and one hair fail, and they are kind of the same. So this is you guys asked for feedback on this, which is why I wanted to do this. I'm almost done with both of these, so I feel like I've been using them a lot. This is the Ren Pure. I got these at Rite Aid when I was in Pennsylvania. We don't have a Rite Aid, but this is the BB Cream Shampoo and BB Cream Conditioner with coconut, refreshing, blah, blah, blah. That's what they look like. They have really interesting spouts that they come out of. The shampoo is a fail, the conditioner is a fave. I love how the conditioner leaves my hair feeling and that sort of thing. The shampoo, I don't know, I just don't feel like it gets my hair very clean. I don't know. And there's no sulfate or harsh salts in either one of them. And they both, I mean, it does lather up. It's just not my favorite, but the conditioner, I like. Okay, a couple of skincare things. Normally I do those at the beginning. I was all about talking about my color, I guess. So first off, I wanted to mention this. I think I've had this in my favorites one time before, but the Amore Pacific Treatment Enzyme Peel, I've had this for quite some time now. I think I got this maybe during the VIB sale, and you can see that that's how much I have used of it probably. And I use this every other day. I love this. It has the spout at the top like that. So when you, I don't know if you can see that. Can ya? When you pour it out, it pours out the exact amount that you need so you don't use too much or too little. And it really, it says it's a botanical exfoliator, and it really does brighten up my skin and make it feel just so much better. I think that once I finish up, once I finish up the micro delivery exfoliating wash from Purity, I think I won't be using that anymore. I think that this is just what I'll be using, but we'll see. You know, my opinions change on that a little bit. Okay, a couple other things, and I had said that I think when I hauled these or talked about them, I don't know, but I got some skincare things from Camp Cosmetics as well when I was down there, and one of the things that I fell in love with almost immediately, so much so that I have removed every ounce of Purity Made Simple from my bathroom and am now only using it to wash my brushes with. This is I never thought I would like one of these ever in a million years. And this is the Camp Cosmetics. It's Milk. Oh yeah, it's called Milk. And it's a milk cleanser. This is really good, you guys. I never thought I would like a product like this. I love Purity, and I've used Purity for so long. I mean, any of you that have been around for a really long time are probably shocked right now because Purity is the only thing I use to cleanse my skin at night. So I've been using this to cleanse my skin at night, and I use probably 2 or 3 pumps and just massage it all over, and it takes off all my makeup, and my skin feels so nourished and clean. I just don't... I mean, Purity made my skin feel clean, but it never made it feel nourished. And I really hope that makes sense. And that does. Ooh, I'm afraid this video is going to be so long because I am talkative today. All right, I have a few randoms for you guys, and then I'll stop yabbering on. The first thing I want to mention, and this is for really anybody, YouTubers, people that just like to swatch it themselves, I don't know, but for years I've used, at my makeup vanity here when I'm doing swatches and that sort of thing, I've used makeup wipes, which are expensive. Do you know the baby wipes are 99 cents? I never had a baby, so I didn't know. I just grabbed these one day because I think maybe I saw my friend Laura Vitale using these. They're great. They totally work for, why am I spending $5 on makeup wipes when I can be using 99-cent baby wipes? I don't know. Okay, so I just thought I would give that a mention. I have a couple of food things for you. These, if you're on my Instagram at all, you've seen me talk about these, the Quest bars. I guess maybe I only talked about it once, but these are really good. I know they're a little bit pricey, but if you catch them on sale at GNC, like buy 2 cases of them, you get one for free, and there's like 12 in a case or a box or whatever. They're really good. This is the white chocolate raspberry, which is my favorite. So I've been using these pretty much for lunch. I've been having those for lunch for quite a while now, and I love them. I like the cookies and cream. I like the chocolate chip cookie dough, and I like the double chocolate one. But something that a friend of mine suggested that I add to my protein shakes in the morning is this Justin's Classic Almond Butter. This stuff is really good. There is, let me just tell you what's in it. Ingredients: dry roasted almonds, palm fruit oil. That's it. That's it. That's all there is in it. And you can tell by looking at it. I wish you could smell it, because whoo buddy, it smells good. So that's what it looks like. It's really good. It just adds a whole kind of nutty flavor to my protein shakes. I've really enjoyed it. It kicks up the protein a notch, and there's other good stuff in there. I don't know. You know. And then I figured, because I was talking about my protein shakes, I would very quickly mention to you, because I get a lot of questions on this on my vlog channel, the protein powder that I use, I order online. This was the kind that my doctor suggested way back when. And this is called Undri. And I just ordered it online. I like the vanilla, I like the chocolate splendor, not the plain old, the chocolate splendor, and then I get the plain sometimes to just add. But so that's the protein powder that I like a lot. And then last, I'm so sorry if this is really long. Lastly, I have for you, I had, on my vlog channel on Instagram, I've mentioned that I challenged myself to read 1 book a month. For those of you that love reading, you're probably like, seriously, 1 book a month? A, that's all I can manage. And B, reading isn't necessarily my favorite thing to do. So when I do read, it has to be something I don't want to say light and fluffy, but it just has to be something that is going to keep my interest, but not be, I don't have to be like super focused, if that makes sense. So in June, I forgot to mention this in my June favorites. I'm going to try to just tell you whatever book I read at the end of the month. So we have 2 months worth of. And this is the Sue Monk Kid, The Invention of Wings. Okay. It's by Sue Monk Kid. It's called The Invention of Wings. She's the same author of The Secret Life of Bees. This was suggested, I think Elle had it in her favorites. And this was really good. This was set back, it started I think in like 1805 maybe. And it's fiction, but it was loosely based on a true story. And I really liked it. It was, every other chapter was written, one was written by she started out at 11 years old and then they followed her through adult life, like a wealthy Southern girl. And then the other chapter was written by her handmaid, her slave. And it was really good. It was really good. I don't know how much more to say without ruining a book, but I don't do book reviews. And then the one that I read this month, I just finished this actually while I was traveling, is called Miss Julia Speaks Her Mind. My mom gave this to me to read. This was funny. It was light and fluffy and good to read just when I didn't want to be thinking about anything too serious. And I laughed out loud a couple of times. I understand that this is a series, so I'm going to see if I can maybe find the second one, but I have a different book that my friend Lindsay gave me to read that I'm going to read in August. But anyway, so those are the 2 books that I read June, July. I really enjoyed them. All right, I know this is long. My apologies. If you're interested in what's on my face, I will tell you very quickly. I have the Chanel Prolumiere, as per usual. Camp Cosmetics over the top of that. For blush today, I have the Physicians Formula in Rosy Glow. And on my eyes today, because as I said, I have been playing with color, I have the L'Oreal Infallible in Endless Sea all over my lid. And then in the corner, in my inner corner, to kind of just, you know, blend that out a little bit, I have Steeless Kitten. I have a little bit of a mid-tone brown in my crease and a little of like a brulee color up on top. And oh, as a base under that Endless Sea, I use the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Icy Mint. Just to kind of, there's not much color to this, but it just beefs up that turquoise a little bit. And then this is the L'Oreal Infallible in Midnight Blue. That's what I have in the outer corner. I also took that beneath my lash line and then blended that out with the Endless Sea, actually, so if you can see a little bit of that below there. And I honestly don't know where it is right now, but I have just a navy blue liner, my waterline up in the bottom, and then my upper lash line is, as I said, the Camp Cosmetics in Seduce on a wet liner brush just at the baseline. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye!